I'm going to tell you about the second trip I did, which was when I caught a flight with Virgin Airlines Australia from Sydney Airport back to Melbourne, where I live. This one didn't go quite as planned. Part of it was because I had gotten really lost on the way to the airport, so I arrived feeling quite flustered and stressed. Oh, and also Sydney Airport was really busy and it was quite overwhelming. However, heaps of the airline staff recognised this. So this is the sunflower lanyard. I felt like I got VIP treatment through the check-in, which was really helpful. I got to push to the front of lines or use disability special queues to cut the queues and check in my bags and go through security, which was really helpful. However, I don't know if either I didn't book in or wheelchair and buggy services because I can't walk very far, or if I did but I didn't get that help provided. I'm not sure. I found I had to walk myself to the gate. On the bright side, once I got to the gate, it was great. Again, staff recognised the sunflower lanyard and I got early boarding, which was very helpful. However, again, when I arrived in Melbourne, I don't know what happened with those services, if I didn't book them or not, but I arrived in Melbourne feeling very overwhelmed and on the brink of a possible meltdown, and I really couldn't walk. I was really fatigued at this point. I tried walking a bit and I was able to leave my gate, but I could only walk like 10 meters, and then I sat down and was so overwhelmed. I was too overwhelmed to ask someone for help, which was part of the problem. I just felt like I couldn't voice it and I was so overwhelmed I couldn't even speak. I continued, I stood up again and tried to walk again. I walked about 10 meters and then I was stuck standing because I noticed there were no chairs in the near vicinity, and I just burst into tears. So that was an experience, but thankfully a kind stranger approached me who'd noticed me distressed and asked if I needed help, and she went and got some Virgin Airlines staff to help me. That was really lovely, and it just goes to show how most people are very helpful and kind. So from then on, it was good. Virgin Airlines got me a wheelchair, and one of the staff members personally wheeled me to collect my baggage and then wheeled me to meet my mum at the airport. So that was a mixed experience. Partly it was just unfortunate circumstances of being really stressed and overwhelmed and confused and not knowing if I'd booked the services or not and not being able to ask. That was my second time ever flying with the sunflower lanyard and using disability services, and I just wanted to share my experience. Let me know your experiences below, share them with different airlines, different airports. Let me know how it's gone for you.